27 people watching on Facebook already.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. You hear me? Yo, 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 yo. Test, 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 test. How come I don't hear anything here? I don't hear anything from the monitor. How come I don't hear anything here? I don't hear anything from the monitor. Check. Here we go. How come I don't hear anything here? I don't hear anything from the monitor. Check. Check. Check, check, check. So we good? Yeah, I'm good. Check, check, check. Good? Still getting some artifacts. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check, check. See, are we good? 1, 2, 1. 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check, check. See, are we good? That's where it was. Okay, here we go. That was the latency? No. This is the actual feed.
Well, there is latency with the feed, but that's the actual feed, yeah, that was pumping through his computer.
Right. That's why I was coming in later, yeah. All right, check this out. About to kick this off. Y'all ready? Yeah. Here we go. All right, here we go. Thank you for tuning in, wherever you are in the world right now. As you all know, we're going through some chaotic times, but we're about to bring you some music. Today, I got two brothers joining with me, Daehan on my left. We got Will Tafol on the right. The rhythm section of the Chihus is in the house. So, we got a lot on our minds, but trying to focus on the music. What you gotta say? Check one. Yeah. Lord, if they only knew them nights took burn candles, but it does ignite the soul fire. Sheer energy release to melt the heart. My star voice call on the wax, still get text. Unrest unless undressed to the core ever so slowly. Wash away old skin, let's bring the soul back. So far so good, what's life got to offer you? Stay curious to analyze the facts. Who's there to encourage, give a pat on the back? How come society wanna grow and ignore? Small drink, big team, now workers at your I adore each step. Hot skip a cadence, Travis to in this age of decadence. Do this irreverence to the older veterans. Striped on the chest, put chip on their shoulder. Street soldiers cut without severance, but keep hustling anyway for the L of the F of it. If it's like either way, Pino even once lost down, fell like a last man dead in the terror inferno of Babylon. First thing, last out. Come on. Yeah. First in, first out, just whet my appetite, but couldn't satisfy my craving for beats rap tight. Christmas gift this night is a need of a generation to uplift. Live life like a testimony, simple rhymes, a difficult time. Tell a friend to a lonely, turn the then never remains in the funnel. Into a wine bottle like cork inside it. Message on mind buggling a puzzle. Majors degrees have reached the goal. Knock twice on the gate, heaven preach the soul. True knowledge of self shine, better the all for one. Part game polish you better the whole. The sum of the characters carry over your roll. 24 karat gold each day. It's a June case close when the end credits roll. Self-representative and elected. Yes, I give and give back to the constituent. The sit you in a chair break. Damn, they fear there's nothing. Fashionable but arriving. Late in the game and acting. OG, cause you can't pay dues with credit and cash. Quick time sausage. The flash signs take a couple pins just immediate outlets and hop up in the black fin and I'm out. Let's get with the program, shut it down, Josie. Don't keep underground downsing. Microphones out casting, everlasting sound blasting. No doubt, first thing, last out. Come on. If I alone, I'd rather do nothing else. If I follow the hall to the last post, like a last man down in the terror inferno of Babylon. First thing, last out. Come on. check. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. They horn. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. They hard, break it down like Yo, what's going on, world? So we got my man Will Tafolo on the bass, about to join us on stage. Dehan on the drums. We're still working out our sound balance. But yo, I got one thing to say. Definitely thank you for joining us. And in these turbulent times, it's really not easy even to set up and bring a live show to you in this climate, you know what I mean? But I just want to say one thing, you know, it's very important to read what's going on in the world. We have a lot of social distancing going on, you know, but eventually, like all the realities on the medical side, you know, aside, you know, as artists, independent, entrepreneurs, and just really everyday people around the world, you know, we are really facing a really harsh reality as well. And eventually, we have to come to form and overcome this social distance. And eventually, we have to form a social resistance of some sort. And by that, I don't mean just towards the media, authority, and stuff like that. We got to have a healthy network and build a resistance against this virus or whatever that may be that's permeating in our air, all right? And I think music has a big role to play in it, so we're going to just play our part. So here we go. Listen. Yeah, if we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? If we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? If we can't make love, we can always make peace, can't we? We have a minute or two to come face to face, channel just name the place and I'ma be there half an hour early to act for the joy in my chest while waiting for, even if you're late. A couple of ticks, it'll feel like forever to sit in front of the building. Watch a crowd walk by and you're not in it. That reach your limit, then you surprise me with your presence, the dopest present of all. Totally in awe by the simple fact that you came, plus you answer my call. My body love you like water. Dry land, thirst to the highest order. Sweet memories saved on recorders. Two pair, but sitting on the border. What? My body love you like water. Dry land, thirst to the highest order. Sweet memories saved on recorders. Two pair, but sitting on the borders. To break it down like We're gonna take you back to the year 2000. Come on, chop, break it down one time. Y'all remember this? Check one. Remember back. Truck. Love sick like a dog, canine sensitivity. Developing this new theory, relativity. Connecting the soul's rest in captivity. Positive life sacrifice what it is to me or history. Only a quarter of a century reality. Sitting on the shoulders of a chemistry. See, ain't no mystery. The colors that we mix and set the mind free. Let the blind see beyond harmony. Breathe life in the dead space, blow away clouds of death. New territory. with a terminal beat. Everything is safe haven it's supposed to be. Now it might seem distant, but the time is near when the thoughts take us, but the atmosphere. Pure sound with travels semi-infinitely. Plus to the utmost definitely. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Come on, come on, come on. Woo! Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Come on. Good gracious, every process has a genesis and ends with the revelation. God bless this opportunity for me. Find a voice for the words that I waited way too long. Low wages, small tips on the avenue. Never wasted, all hits for a revenue. Haven't you heard the news lately? Seems we've been living for some time in the purgatory. But yo, who I knew what a love song sound like. But I felt woman tuned in the sunlight. I can still hear it in my room past midnight. Gotta move, take a solo cruise in the moonlight. Sometimes I do forget, oh, how much we could easily believe. If we learn to let go, the wings that we hold, return our soul in the spirit that flows. So you see upon redeemed faces a million change to express definition of grace. But the method I choose my prerogative. There's so much love in me I got to give. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Oh yeah, I could write a book of how you make me feel. But how about the song that I wrote for you? What I feel like when I put my trust in these simple words for you to feel what I'm saying, what you feel like. Yeah, reminisce about the little episode that was shared together. Remember the time that you told me the cold night to relax when all I knew was to hold tight. Remember the time that I spoke to a crowd in a full house, realized that you was my ace. So what the joker on the scene singing the blues, all eyes on me. Had nothing to prove but yo, cause I knew what a diamond shine like. But I felt a sharp love in the limelight from the Queen of Hearts, watching me quietly from the upper deck balcony. Sometimes I do suspect I'm an actor in a real script that blind divine comedy. When I look back, that frozen slides of time and tragedy, frozen senses lost. No enough of the metaphors, the motivation I wrote this letter for you to know that the musicals carry on. Like saying new day will bring us tomorrow. Rah, 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 rah. Hip hop, rock, rock on. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Cause my beat plus your melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Cause the beat plus the melody makes me speak of L-V-E eloquently, so evidently. Ready, set, 3, 2, 1. Y'all know what time it is. Part 2. Hope you're having a good time out there. Once again now, where do I start, dear love? I'm shocked with the pure luck. Find you here every morning. I wait for my cavernous night. Sometimes to pondering the previous plight. See black and change, long time no speak. Nowadays I often forget the day of the week. Taking it by shot if you know what I mean. No harm done, nothing taken by me. So let's rattle, catch up the ball. What's it have to have to even closer? Now after all things considered on the side of the planet, couldn't pick a better time even if we planned it. Come clean and candid. If you have to, what I wouldn't trade for your laptop. Sweet and satisfied in my poetry pot melting. You're better than the real things like the God in me. So the devil in you wanted to break myself in the worst way when I met you. Who would have thought? Conversate by the river, celebrate, birds, sit and deliver. Line that approved to be the seed of truck. Undecided, but destined to go and share. Service time, tell path of the destiny works. Knowing hardship, appreciate the best of both worlds. Tell me, I say, L-O-V-E, evidently. See every song has a sequel. Never say everything, but the name all fresh, just like back then. How we do every day. Tell me, I say, L-O-V-E, eloquently. See every tree has a part two. Never say me got to. Keep me tight always, just like back then, and hear me out. We're together now, where do we go, divine? Pray that you keep watching over us. From the heavens where light is a nucleus, to the space fueled darkness and negative matter. Anti-gravity pull us whatever rather. Few wanna leave this shell eventually. Tied to the mother earth, ground me mentally. Real vibes keep me alive spiritually. Imagination brings bliss at no cost. When I blink, I receive at no loss. Victory comes small packages, like a leaf on only tree. Brought back by a dove from a bird, then I'm gonna rhyme law. We saw them were coming ever since the beginning and the end. Well, anyways, I'm not a perfect being. Yes, I am a man from the best I am. Like the devil in me, saw the God in you. You paid the mighty etymology of enthusiasm. Look it up there, like the cloud that formed the wind. Came from the ocean that flow from the river. I'm a believer, firm with the first word, lyrical chance. You over ancient roots. Science plus all multiplied by feet, then divided by the number of the ethnic race. Let me mention what I've been thinking. How to see the children when the ship is sinking. So I'm singing, no lip syncing, slogan, political, hooligan with 10 misses and guns. Everything's relative when it's on the family. Oh man, I understand the time has finally come to realize the way power one. All formulas equalize under the sun. Amen, come on, let's go. The rhymes are here cause I believe in music. Times in me who I believe in you. Set the beat plus the melody, the recipe. Your vibe truly brings out the best in me. The rhymes are here cause I believe in music. Times in me who I believe in you. Set the beat plus the melody, the recipe. All the good souls, Lord, may they rest in peace. Come on. Let's go. Put your ones up behind the screen for us. Come on. Yo, the rhymes are here cause I believe in music. Times in me will believe in you. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. Your vibe truly brings out the best in me. The rhymes are here cause I believe in music. Times in me will believe in you. The beat plus the melody, the recipe. Hip hop worldwide, we got to live in peace like that. Like that, like what, like that, like what, like that. Come on, Daehan, Chuck, the rhymes are here, cause I believe in music. Times of need, sick, beat plus the melody, the recipe, your vibe surely brings out the best in me. Yo, I said the rhymes are here cause I believe in music. And times in me won't believe in you. Sick, the beat plus the melody, the recipe. Hip hop worldwide, we got to live in peace. Hip hop worldwide, we got to live in peace. Hip hop worldwide, we got to live in peace like that. Worldwide. Yo, so we're missing Spin Master A1 right now, so we're going off the laptop. Let's get the audio levels right. Once again, Mr. Daehan on the drums with the J Dilla Donut t-shirt. It's getting nice and crispy out here. Once again, big shout out to Paul Abadia for providing us with the beautiful graphics. If you're still interested, go to our merch store, pick up a shirt. Hold up. Yeah, so I definitely regret the fact that we couldn't make all the dates. You know, it's almost arguable that we squeezed in the first half of it, but you know what I'm saying? When the time's right, we'll definitely make up those dates. It would have been really nice to see all those full houses all up and down the West Coast and obviously the Midwest, Chicago, Toronto, all those places that we're down to come see. So, yeah, definitely either later this year or next year we'll make it, all right? So let's keep the story going. Y'all ready? Check one. One, two. Yeah. It's funny how the music put towns in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Yeah. It's funny how the music put towns in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are, like a movie that you can't predict, like a book that you can't resist. A sing-along song that's oh so sensual, bring it on sick to make it oh so sexual. Verbally that is making love to the means vibe to the beat at night, with the whole city fast asleep, out cold. True words seem to come to my lips, take hold of a pull. Feel free when the world doesn't know to me. So hard and sense in a cycle of billing, trying for a reason to work. God willing, not me. But thinking is wishful, like a star upon a chair, gazing up to the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the truth to fit the lifestyle borrow? Then overdue, we can take it all back to the register and start all over. Me can't stop, just break it all down in a piece of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite reel, that's good to go. On the analog play, watching people glow. Sit back, just to breathe, to let the memories flow. Comedy, tragedy, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are. One, two. Yeah, like you look, like you look, like you look, like you look. Let go, like you move that I can't predict, like you look that I can't resist. The tingling feeling was so mutual. The lingering appeal was so unusual. Herbally, what is medicine to alone? So can become poison or some. With the whole body fast asleep, out cold. Truth just seem to come to my eye. Take hold of a prophet of me most powerfully. I see clear when the world doesn't show it to me. So hard to make sense in a cycle of billing. Try and find reason to work. Cowling, not me. My dealings are painful, like a star upon a child staring down from the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the picture before pixelating the human texture? We can take it all back to the register and start all over. We can't stop, just save it all up for one ultimate prize. Homecoming gathering with the big surprise. Throw on your favorite reel, that's good to go. On the analog table in a circuit blow. Sit back to the breathe and hear the MC flow. Hi-hat, kick drum, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are. Yeah, Third time the charm. Hopefully, when I jam on the door, you still let me in. After all these years, the road educated in my heart exactly the same as you left it. Realize that you have moved on. You styles and clicks like them silent flicks. I'm speechless in this golden occasion. Beautiful expression on the silver creation. This time I like to keep in touch. I'm a little bit wiser. Whole lot tougher if I suffer through another nightmare tonight. We'll chalk it up as another chapter to write. Or right or wrong or somewhere down the middle of the road. I wanna see you again in a scene with the backdrop of perfect 10. And the music can take us back to the spot right then. From black and white to a sepia tone. Some dream come with a scent or a monochrome. From black and white to my skin tone. Some dream have a stint on this microphone. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it on. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are, whenever you are, whenever you are, whenever you are, yeah, okay, we can take it all back to the register and start all over the counter stuff. Just break it all down in a piece of bright. Throw on your favorite reel, that's good to go. On the analog player, watch the people glow. Sit back to the beat to let the memories flow. Comedy, tragedy, or the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life to perfect it on. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Whenever you are, whenever you are, whenever you are, keep going. It's funny how the music put towns in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it on. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Okay, we can take it all back to the register and start all over from the counter start. Just break it all down in a piece of bright moments that pass by like a meteorite. Throw on your favorite jacket and you're good to roll on the analog trail and you look the road. Just stroll through the trees and let your miseries go. Sunshine, hurricane, or the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Life and perfect it on. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking and we can't get far. Last one. It's funny how the music put times in perspective. Add a soundtrack to your life and perfect it on. Whenever you are feeling blue, keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, and we can't get far. Wherever you are. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yo, my mic's splitting into two. I have no idea what's going on. Dehan, why don't you play something real quick, and then I'll go get another mic. That's the beauty of having a live musician, y'all. 212. We got a brand new mic. Dehan on the drums. Will to follow on the bass. Chi-Hoos. It's the rhythm section coming to your face. In your face. Here we go. Now we got it in groove, you know what I'm saying? Mic sounds nice. We about to go down the calendar, y'all. Here we go. Yeah, snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily. Marshall drum play a fool like April. Made the best dance in the Juno bridal. Pal of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know is just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I wonder if still remember. Come on, beat me halfway from Mars and Venus. Meet me to chase a zone between us. Retweet sweetest piece of confection. Handmade device for remote connection. Ask a question, wait for an answer and make a suggestion. Time and a place for a first impression. Second and third, fourth dimension. Rise about the ways that hold us captive. To a square where then I are the captain. Cruising sapphire, red sky, burning sapphire. More to fire, but we can fly higher. To reach an apex, feet tight like a glove in a latex. Bring it out of earth for a cooling session. Lane sideways, then glaze in essence. Get each other in the undefined galaxies of uncharted nebulas. Her joy of a spilled milk on a quilt with lavender, woven in the fabric of a calendar. Dress up at the end of October. Give thanks to the family November. Yo, October goes December. And we back to the oranges to let me begin. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily. Marshall drum play a fool like April. Made the best dance in the Juno bridal. Pal of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know is just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I wonder if still remember. Come on. Boy, I wonder if still remember. Come on. Yeah. Way took my hand, I couldn't hide it. Way too delighted. Tried running cool, but a blight rated. Wouldn't fight it. Had my watch pause when I put my lips in the eyelids. The last second, deposited in the memory bank. Every chain side pocketed a cent, a blank check with the signature. Pawns on serif, the curvature. Lone harbinger with toy play, koi like fish in a pond. From Merson, pond like dish. Laughing short like a dog on leash. Fused in an open circuitry. The guy struck by lightning. Hanging pending on the wall over the writing. Burn up the room for a private dining. Increase in pieces, see the anxiety. Spread love and see the whole society. You got me shooting over a tangent like a window when I'm on the fringe. And the tally of the letters will reach the valley where the wings will seek. A series of class like a time of October. Give thanks to the family November. Yo, October goes December. And we back to the oranges to let me begin. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily. Marshall the drum play a fool like April. Made the best dance in the Juno bridal. Pal of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know is just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I wonder if still remember. Come on. Woo! Said boy, I wonder if still remember. Come on. We got some time. Let's go, Dehan. Well, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Sending out y'all the musical vibes all around the world. 1, 2, 1, 2. Big up to Uyama Hiroto in Japan. Big up Substantial, Maryland. Give up Soy Star, chillin' in Florida. Yeah. Here we go, ready? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily monster drum player fool like April. Pay the best dance in the Juno battle. Power of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I won the last one, yeah. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily the monster drum player fool like April. Pay the best dance in the Juno battle. Power of the will, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it just us. In the new semester, back in September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember. Remember. Woo! Appreciate that, thank you. I can hear those tiny claps through the Wi-Fi. That's called a Wi-Fi. So we gotta finish off the hexalogy, you know, parts 5 and 6. But this morning, as we were getting together, we just made a last-minute decision to play the remix for part 5. And I don't think we've ever done this live before, so it's kind of nice to switch it up, yeah? But again, another beauty of having talented musicians that can just hop on it real quick, you know what I mean? So this one's a Jumpster remix that actually, we actually did put it out before the official one, if any of you were around and remember, because, you know, we finished 4 that we just played, and then I had 5 on deck, but it just took forever for the official one to come out, and then a lot of people just kind of want to hear. So we actually put it out as a remix project, and then the final main version actually dropped. So this one's Lovesick Part 5, Jumpster remix. He's a talented producer from Hawaii too. He's kind of in hibernation right now, but yeah, shout out to Jumpster. Here we go. Ooh, I love this track. Here we go. Yeah, till death do us part. Till death do us part. Yeah, till death do us part, and it did. Come sudden like clouds and it hit my sun. My truth heavier than imagined. It lay die-cast and lead on the night we nurse in the days we cherish as kids. Without the words on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines. And your regrets told me that you had to go, cause it pained your soul, and it loved your soul. But so was the selfish and hold on and cling on to your body that holds the soul that wanted to set free. The eagle in occasion you became eagerly what I wanted to be. You're the person to leave, I'm the person to see off. Another best friend that lands end. I watch grown men moan and women weep, but you quietly descended 6 feet deep. But the spirit ascended before when eyes a gift from God, return to sender. Do I have to pretend that this never happened? I could turn around and see you laughing, but the fact is you could never practice being blindsided in the wind chill and the field. The shores of glass, this too shall pass, but reality bites us that's not so fast. First you must climb a cavalry, shattered hopes, then a mountain of prayers unheard till you reach the peak where you can see the dark abyss below. Then you let me know if you have what it takes for a leap of faith. They had to say hell no, heaven just went out yet, please. Bless the forehead cold in the bed, alone in the road, when the body to hold, when the pouring rain into my Chevette. It's a reason to live for a seed that he's can't till death through spot in the dead. Come turning like clouds and they hit my son. Your truth heavier than imagine. They lay die cast and lead on the life we nurse and that days we cherish as kids. Without the words on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines, 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 shines. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah. Now I hit the stage in honor of you. As the other side of bent a splendid view. No more stress for rent or to make ends. Collide in a cocktail shame with envy. I can hide behind things that block the UV. Looking in from the outside, the bowl is murky. Told with the presence rising with the massive storm. City Hall is burning, same all chaos. Gonna shut myself like I'm waiting to take off. On the runway, scoping out the window. The moisture comes to my sight door. Telling myself it's just another day in the life of a starving artist. Trying to pin a dream and woke from chasing the departed. We used to hang by the bank to see you can skip the stone the farthest. What I thought was a stream is now a notion. No such thing as an extreme to show devotion to your craft, which I didn't only have. Try knock down the door and caught the backdraft. In a whiplash, all in reverse, and then finally stood up and said, we reserve the right to serve anyone. And on the same note, you deserve the best or the most fun. By the way, I got your letter, you said you were fed up. Well, I second that in the record that you tried, so I don't place the blame that you took the fifth in the first flight out of town into the mist. To death through sport and the dead. Come turning like clouds and they hit my son. Your truth heavier than imagine. They let that casting lead on the life we nurse and the days we cherish as kids. Without the words on by, but when I rewind, your smile is the only thing that comes to mind. Your smile is the only thing that shines, 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 shines. Yeah, with that tree with the cedar and the centuries, or a random hand plucks it instantly. Life is all a miracle for all to believe. I must tell y'all, y'all live beautifully. Come on. Chihus, keep it going. Yeah, yeah, with that tree of the cedar and the centuries, or a random hand plucks it instantly. Life is all a miracle for all to believe. I must tell y'all, y'all live beautifully. Come on. With that tree lived the cedar in the centuries, or a random hand plucks it instantly. Life is all a miracle for all to believe. I must tell y'all, y'all live beautifully. Come on. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This one's called Grand Finale. Crew with it. Check it. Yeah, yeah. I met a metaphorical girl in a metaphysical world. That got me daydreaming, sleeping in a curl. Her name on my tongue, a fresh flavor, yeah. Whenever she popped up, put a swirl on my cone. I should rap like a house of mobs in my mouth, but the stone turned press when they all came out. On a string of deep thought that can never be bought. Body rock, don't stop, bebop, the hip hop. Cold as ice, so it stares as it throw to the floor what was left. A shoe shrink original call. Then the new shares came along. Some on to the nexus and man, they hit their own trip. Colors faded on their breasts and the foes dated. Make you feel old and jaded. The point was to make it and we made it, but we didn't know how to keep it like nice kicks that wouldn't fit. Only way was to box it up and duct tape it up. Store it underneath your bed and open it up. Once in a blue moon, think about a cool ending to a story that ended too soon. Gotta bring back the feeling. I do anything not to be stuck on fiending. Pink up shop down the scalp to a patient. To an open heart, it's a daily operation. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gates. They say heaven can wait, and it speak of fate. A finality to play for my man. Come on, I see the angels draw the drapes of the escape with a wine in the spirit of grapes. Gotta finish what I started, so I cut the tape as the Rex will still rotate. Take. Listen, yeah. You see a circle as a flawless shape. Every party could just sit on the arc without a start or a finish. Line of loot kids waiting, a freight train runs on the beating. Views vanish from my point vantage. Passages come in and out. I will remember your antics. Sit alive, cause I said it. I laugh if it's so unless we did it. Till I see a name in credits. Labor of love, you mean slavery. Surely it's been quite savory. Crepe on the balcony, verbal alchemy. Pure magic when she touches me. I read that love is kind, but it's also blind. Of any style you profess, would you be my guest? Happiness is a hot potato that you can't possess for long. Just pass it on like a song. I might look calm and collected at a glance, but I taste a boy when I'm not connected to the world kinetic, as opposed to static. Out of hands workshop of a modern day addict. On the hard street for inspiration is key to feed the mind in need of stimulation. Elevated music to the space station. Penthouse of stars are blazing. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gate. To say heaven can wait, and it speak of fate. A finality to play for me. Come on, yeah. I seen the angels draw the drapes of the escape with a wine in the spirit of grape. Gotta finish what I started, so I cut the tape as the Rex will still rotate. Take. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Yeah, break it, keep playing, y'all. After 6 comes 7 and 8. Access code to the pearly gate. To say heaven can wait, and it speak of fate. A finality to play for my mate. Come on, yeah. I seen the angels draw the drapes over the earthscape with a wine in the spirit of grapes. Gotta finish what I started, so I cut the tape as the records will still rotate. We gotta finish what we started, so I cut the tape as the Rex will still rotate. We gotta finish what we started, so I cut the tape as the Rex will still rotate. Take. They home, take us out, come on. We gotta finish what we started. You gotta finish what you started. World, why? I hope you guys are feeling the music, kicking back, staying at home, or wherever you are on the road, or in the ether. You gotta do what you gotta do. We artists have to definitely support each other, no matter what, you know what I mean? And it's not just the economics of it all. We really don't know what's at the end of the tunnel. There are definitely a lot of positives going on, you know what I mean? So many intangibles. It's not really just about, making a living. Because honestly, you know what? Like, we risk our lives, we put everything on the line regardless. And if you're not really in it for the love of it, then you're in it for the wrong reasons, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So it's really nothing new for somebody like me who's been kind of, at the mercy of the people for the last 20, 25 years. You know what I mean? So, it's not just live music. I say it's alive music. So, hope this transmission kind of, kindles that light for that live feeling. You know what I mean? Like whatever you do in life, just keep it alive. Don't let it go to sleep just because the government is giving you a handout. That doesn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It's the people power. So in light of that, we just want to send you off with the last song. This one's called Battle Cry. And like I said, when we perform, I can only speak for myself. But when I say when I say something about love or when I say something about life and death, it's really something that's close to us. It's not just a word, It might not be in line with exactly where hip-hop originated from in terms of being in the ghetto and stuff like that. But we do put our lives on the line. And, when it comes in sync with the music, a lot of times we get the same answer back from the people. They come to us with life and death stories, you know what I'm saying? So just really that serious sometimes and fun, when it all matches with the music. So here comes Battle Cry. Here we go. It's all freestyle though. Yeah. Y'all ready for this? B-boys, just go ahead. Yeah. Sharp like an edge of a samurai, so I'm meant to play. Cut through flesh and bone, though my mind's at peace. The world had the fall, the missing in the heat. Life gets colder, oh yes, I had to find my path. No less walk on earth, water and fire. The elements compose a magnum. Opus, my motor, so bright is a Malcolm. Still packed tight in micro. Triple my armor, a honorable pro. The ultimate reward is out and out of wars. And eyes with the times of wars with no lords. Freelancer, a battle cry. A hawk make a die fly and a T-drive. Wonder why a lone wolf don't roll with the clan. Only trust the instincts and me roll with the plan. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up, the sun down. The sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the name of a samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up, the sun down. The sons of a battle cry. Cry, 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 cry. Yeah, said look to the air around him. An aura surrounded the air apparent. He might be a peasant, but sound like a grand royalty. Key to the people and land loyalty. We witness about body here. This sea sickness is an ocean of wickedness. Set sail to the sunset, no second guessing. For east out with the spirit of Wild West. Quote unquote coast here to test them. Time for the chosen ones to find the best of noble mindset, but grace and face off. Hemisphere with the fear fly over the blue yonder, where the sky meet the sea in. I mean, so I ain't boy meets world and became a man. Assert the word too. Save the day, the night, and the girl too. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down. The sons of a battle cry, 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 cry. Check it out. Yeah, some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down. The sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights, some live, some die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun down. Sons of a bass. Yo, 2, 3. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up the sun, down the sun to the battle cry. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, some up the sun, down, sons of the drums. Take it. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun, down the sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the name of a samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun, down the sons of a battle cry. The daughters of the battle cry. It's the mothers of the battle cry. It's the fathers of the battle cry. What? It's the teachers of the battle cry. It's the dogs of the battle cry. MCs with the battle cry. DJs of the battle cry. It's the drummers of the battle cry. It's the bass of the battle cry. It's the people of the battle cry. What? It's the nation of the battle cry. Cry, cry, cry. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun, down the sons of a battle cry. Some days, some nights, some lives and die in the way of the samurai. Some fight, some bleed, sun up the sun, down the sons of a battle cry. Cry, 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 cry. Let's hear some bass slaps, come on. Last one, send them off. Woo! Yeah. this out. Let's go. Thank you very much for tuning in. That's a show. Will, you don't need to cut it off. Maybe we can do a Q&A if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Stick around. Stick around. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun, you know. It's been a while since we had to set up a gear. Well, actually, it's only been 2 weeks, but it just feels like forever, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe next 10, 15 minutes if y'all want to chime in. Facebook is open. YouTube is open. You can ask Will, Dehan, whatever question you got, and they will sign off. How about that? How about I play some background music? So it's not so quiet. Let's see what we got. Let's play some A1 tunes. So in the background. Okay. Can I have something though? A little bit? Okay. I'll keep you low. I'll keep you low. What's that? Oh, okay. What's that? Okay. So what kind of question we got? Okay, Will, you can moderate so I don't have to look at the screen. Okay. Or Dave, you want to moderate? Wait, but there's YouTube and Facebook going on. Okay. What inspires me to make music? My goodness. I mean, honestly, anything. The short answer really would be people that I work with, you know, because I end up working with a lot of producers and also live musicians. And, you know, in this day and age, anyone can really make a beat and make an album by himself or herself. But for me, it's really the synergy that really comes with making music with someone. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just a sample beat, I could do it really myself. But, you know, when you work with someone, you really work with that whole person's sensibility towards what music should sound like, what hip-hop should sound like, you know, all the way down to the nitty-gritty. So it's really the people that inspire me every day. Next. Oh my God. I mean, I've pretty much talked your collective ears off about Nujabes. If you're interested, if any of y'all interested out there, there's a new article that just dropped. Actually, I haven't posted it or anything. It's on KQED. A really good friend of mine, Mosi Reeves, a great writer that I have tremendous respect for. I've known him for a couple decades at least. He did an interview for me when I was in New York. So and that interview really pretty much spans my relationship with Nujabes, and some of the information you might know already. You know what I mean? But check for KQED, Shing02 interview. I'm sure it'll come up on Google. And so yeah. Okay. Who is my biggest influence? Again, that's just
too many to answer, but I always default to the answer. My formative years was definitely in the Bay Area. That's where I went to high school, and obviously that's where I grew up, listening to hip hop, and going to Cal Berkeley in '93, and I met all of my future friends and collaborators on the street, including Dale the Funky Homo Sapien and Living Legends, and up and down the West Coast. You know what I mean? So I really have to give my props to the Bay Area. Okay. My goodness. Europe is like definitely like number one on the list, besides possibly like Australia, New Zealand. We get a lot of feedback from people, right? So hold on, let me turn this a little bit down. So it's really the logistics of doing a tour, especially if you want to bring out a band, or even if it's just me and my DJ. Yeah, we've started to reach out to promoters, but it just gotten as far as basically booking the venue, honestly, and it's like uber competitive out there. You know what I'm saying? Like in these days, so yeah, we just really need to have a venue or promoter sponsor us, and then we're good to go. And I understand that whether it's inside the U.S. or Europe, you really have to build. So even if you have to start small, you gotta do it. Even if it's at a cafe or a small bar, that audience grows, and we've kind of seen that over the years in the U.S. too. Like every year we go back, it gets bigger, and it's kind of magical like that. So. Short answer, yes, we want to come to Europe, and hopefully it happens soon. Even amidst all this chaos, we don't know what it's going to look like when the dust settles, but yeah, we're there. Are you testing me? Or not?
All right. The question was favorite Samurai Champloo episode. My favorite episode is Red Eye Reprisal. It's the second episode, and that's because Oni Wakamaru is the man. I love that guy. Kind of identify with him. I'm huge, so I get it. There you go.
Well, I'll give you a nice anecdote. Well, basically, this last year, right? I went to Otakon for the first time. It's in DC, and it's huge, right? It's they've been doing it for 25 years, something like that. So something crazy. They might have started somewhere else, but they're in DC now, and that was the first time that I got to hang out with. All the cast, vocal cast of the English dubs, and I met Mimi for the first time, and yeah, that was a really great time. And then also I met the, people that I end up collaborating with the Team Red Pro guys, and then they ended up doing a whole mashup on stage, and then one thing led to another. So all I'm saying is, even Samurai Champloo is something that I did back in 2004 by now, but it's a story that keeps giving, and we always save Battle Cry for the last bit of our encore, and that's for good reason, because that really gets people going, so we just kind of save the best for last. hmm I mean, we love going to China. Have gone when I mean I've personally gone and performed, I don't know, 5 or 6 times, and even as a band, we went play Shanghai, Beijing, Kunming, um, we did Xiamen, or am I saying it right, Amoy? So yeah, we love going to China, and yeah, like there are only things that you would discover once you're there, but again, it really comes down to the people. Like everybody that I've met with over there are super down to earth, and you know what I'm saying? Like we all have different circumstances, but we all have the same music, and that's what connects us. So yeah, I love going to China. Okay. Man. I mean, I guess I don't put it out there enough, but I'm doing something every day, this is Lana Lane where I'm at Honolulu. We're kind of on hiatus right now, but it's just bustling with artists, and I make things. Just check my Instagram. The links are all there under make. So I'm not gonna get into details right now, but I've always been an artist. I always draw, so my inspiration just comes from using my hands. I love the DIY spirit. I love, you know, just making things, fixing things. I like just digging for vintage anything. You know what I mean? Like I go through phases though. For sometimes like I would be super into equipment, and then I would be super into clothes, and I would be super into making clay or resin, or it just doesn't stop. But for me, it does connect somewhere. It does have some sort of a synergy. I like all the stuff that I put out, and I really love learning. I think if I get bored of music, usually I just get into something, and then I just keep studying, and then it usually kind of ends up making a loop where I come back to music with much more fresh interest. Next, anyone? Okay. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Indiana. I would love to go to Indiana. And as a matter of fact, there's a great producer by the name of Jack the Rip. I'm sure some of you all seen the name because we've been putting stuff out. But yeah, I have a whole album with him. He's more like southern Indiana though, but near Evansville, I believe. But I would love to come to Indiana in the near future for sure. You guys can ask any questions to Dehan or Will too. How do I like my coffee? Oh, Will. Okay. Will Tafolo likes black coffee, straight. Dehan says it's the only way to drink coffee. Well, I mean, you can never underestimate coffee and tea, Like a lot of caffeine kind of gets a bad rap, but I was just reading an article this morning that, you know, caffeine and all, not necessarily caffeine, but all the chemicals inside caffeine, some of them really have good effects to your metabolism, and you can avoid, like diseases down the line. So everything in moderation, but I think caffeine is actually good for you. What? Non, je ne pas. Je ne parle pas français. J'ai étudié 2 ans à l'école aux États-Unis. That's it. Yeah, so sorry about that. Bruh, I mean, you know, Spin Master A1 is so prolific. He's been on one, last 3 years, just banging out all these, like even the music you hear right now. Technically, I don't know, should I be playing them? I don't know. But that's just my instrumental folder with him. I should be writing to them and, making another album, perhaps. I got a lot to talk about on that regard. Yeah, yeah, man. He's super prolific, and like I said in the very top of this Q&A, I really get inspired working with him, and it's very comforting to know that I can depend on a producer to come with some heat, and then I'll just come with the raps, and then usually I record and mix and all that too. But it's I really like the collaborative aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Dehan, why don't you sit with me, man? Bring your chair over. So this one is from LP RIP Epica. Okay.
I think I'm pronouncing that right. Do you plan to do more of these in the future? I'm assuming they mean like live streams.
I mean, this live stream was, I mean, it was put together pretty last minute. I'm pretty, happy with the way it came out in terms of the quality and whatnot. Big up to Will and everyone else that helped. But yeah, who knows? Honestly, who knows? I definitely don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like interacting with people and entertaining questions, and who knows what the future holds? And I don't know. I think it's definitely a nice forum to have. To have, even if it's 10 people out there, it's definitely nice to do it. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna be super honest. Like as a fan, I don't really listen to like live feeds or live concerts or even live DVDs. I'm not a huge fan of like digital shows. How about you, Dave? See, I mean, I love the raw aspect of it. Like live is live for a reason. I love seeing live concerts. So I think it's kind of interesting when you are actually connected live. You know what I mean? But I don't really enjoy even watching my own videos after the fact because you kind of give everything to the audience there, and I see the value of live recordings and audio and video captured or even you know even photography. But yeah, usually I just leave it all out on the stage and at that particular show whatever I was feeling then. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
This one's another. Okay, this one's from Luminous W.
Okay.
Do you exercise?
Do I exercise? I mean, I'm skinny, so my metabolism is super fast. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need to exercise because every day just coming to the studio, lifting stuff and just skating or biking, that's just my cardio. So of course I've been in regular routines in the past, going to gyms and surfing or what have you, but right now I'm just in the studio. That's my exercise and that's my excuse as well. I'm um okay.
Someone mentioned that this is a very directional mic and they can't hear the question.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, unless you grab a microphone. Here. I don't hear day in the monitors. Remember it's aux 1. Hi-hat. 4. Well, it's not even plugged in, number 1. It's all good. So yeah, just a disclaimer. We didn't even plan to do any kind of Q&A, so this is all impromptu, all right? So so my name, short answer, Shingo is my real name, and I never really bothered to come up with any kind of fancy alias. And 2 is just a number that's been with me my entire life. I always thought it was a lucky number. I really like the ring of that number. So this is back in like 1994 or 5. I started hanging out with a lot of Japanese kids in San Francisco, and while I was still out in Berkeley. And there was another Shingo in the crew. So nickname wise, they just started calling me 2. because we all kind of hung out at one's place in Fillmore. So it was really like very a practical nickname. If I would call or if I would buzz from the door, they would just call me Two. You know what I mean? But of course, I didn't have to adapt it as my MC name unless I really liked it. And I've always liked the name and the number combination as ode to graffiti artists, you know, like Phase 2. So, and then I was also working with a beat maker named Boss One and a MC and a producer named Boss One in Oakland. So it was just kind of a natural progression for me to call myself Shing02. But also another decision came around 97. I started spelling it with a 02 so that I could be more searchable online. Because if it was just my name and a 2, it's just too confusing with all the other Shingos in the world. So that was just a conscious decision that I made to spell SHINZG02.
Thank you, Yuri TK, for mentioning that the questionnaire should get a microphone. The next question that I have, scrolling back because I think this was kind of a good question. Where is it? Oh, how did your current team meet you? By Ali Najim.
Current team as in band?
I'm assuming band.
Well, the short answer is really, you know, me moving to Honolulu about 5 or 6 years ago, and then it just gradually happened. You know, I'm already in my 40s, so now I'm working with people in their early 30s and even 20s. So we're kind of generations apart, but it happened very organically. You know, I'm at this studio called Lana Lane. I met Nick Calachini, who plays a sax in our band first through another friend, you know, so he was kind of helping me record, and then just we had a rapport there. You know, he was helping me with my projects, and then, you know, I started helping him, and we started doing the music school together. So he was really the hub, and then, you know, brought in Will and Alika and Dehan came later, because everybody kind of like knows each other, yeah, in the music scene. Like they jam a lot, they form different bands, and it's really a good network. And as long as you kind of like tap into the good part of that network, it's really not hard to find a good instrumentalist in Hawaii. And I think a lot more people should discover the scene here for sure. Great musicians all around, young and old.
This other question is by David DeBono,
Mm-hmm.
asking about today's live streaming performance. He was asking, was there a mixing engineer or just the three of you?
Well, Will, our bassist, was the mixing engineer. So I don't know if you can show the setup, but you know, yeah. But as far as the visual goes, you know, we had 2 fees going on, and we made sure that it was legit. So yeah, it was just 3 of us for various reasons.
Yeah, you know, I was taking care of the video feed and the audio feed, and at some points I was also playing with headphones in my ear that was tuned to what you guys were hearing. So there was some like latency and delay, but I think it was all right for just the 3 of us. Of course, we'd love to have an audio engineer, but you know, we're trying to keep the group small as possible and try to practice as much social distancing as possible. So, yep. Thanks for your question.
Word up.
I have a question for you, Will. Quite a few people have asked this, but how many basses do you own?
How many basses do I own? I actually think I'm pretty low in terms of how many basses bass players usually own. I only own 3.5. I say and a half because one of them's like needing repair in some parts. So only 3, really. I have a Carvin. I have a Journeyman, which is those basses that can fold in half and put it on the overhead in the airplane. And then my primary bass is a Marcus Miller Sire and 5-string. Yeah.
Awesome. I did not know that. The great Marcus Miller.
Shout out to Locke Lynch.
for yeah, shout out to Locke Lynch, who's based out of Honolulu, for helping us and coaching Will on how to get this stream set up for today. There's actually quite a lot of things that went into it.
I mean, because technically we were supposed to hop on some other streaming service, but they couldn't do it, right? Because of the ordinance. So this is just something impromptu for you guys. Definitely wanted to give you some live, streaming, some kind, for everyone that just couldn't make it.
Another shout out to the Crimson Apple Girls. They said, "What's up to you, Will?" Will says, "What's up, back?" Another question I had for you, Shingo.
Okay.
What type of music are you currently working on or sampling? I kind of paraphrase that, but that is by Platinum Shadow 66.
Sampling. So, as mentioned before, I am working on a full album with Jack the Rip. He's a awesome producer. Go check out his beats on Instagram, Jack the Rip, or Beats by Jack the Rip. He pretty much samples everything, and like me and him actually went back and forth for about a year and a half before we started working together. He just had one beat waiting for me, and then after basically a year ago, after I got off the tour, I was in the mood to write some boom bap stuff. So I sent him a song back, and that led to a whole album together. Maybe we have like over 20 songs right now. We just need to put them out. So we got 2 albums worth of material. You know what I mean? So Jack the Rip is one, and also the A1 that you hear in the background with all the Japanese sampling. But also at the same time, like if you look at the U-Haul in the background, that's all records. I love sampling records whenever I can, and I haven't really been in that space much, but I do sample from time to time. Just like to get a lot of drum sounds and breaks. I'm always on the hunt though.
Okay. This is a relatively personal question.
Okay.
It's called, this is by Actin Fully.
Mm-hmm.
What do you miss most about California?
Oh, it's not personal at all. What do I miss the most? You just took the words out of my mouth. I mean, I would definitely say, Papalote on Valencia and 24th. But, I would also like to defend the Mexican food in Hawaii. A lot of people who come from California or say Southern California, they don't want to give it up to the Mexican food here. But there's definitely enough of a good, I would say, Mexican food here to satisfy my appetite. You know what I mean? Just, there's good Mexican food here, right?
If I'm being honest, yes, but it's not like everywhere like it is in the Mission.
Well, let's be honest. Mexican people make the best Mexican food, and that's just automatic. You don't even want to, go there. So, probably not as many Mexicans in Hawaii. So there you go. But there is good Mexican food here. There's Tita's in Honolulu. There's Taco Cabana downtown. There are King Taco. There are a lot of good ones. Some of them went out of business too, but there are a lot of good ones. Yeah. Okay, next question. I mean, of course, that's not the only thing I miss about Cali. The people too. All my homies, Bay Area, LA. What's up? Huh? Which one? Which one? Where? Oh, Taco Bridge. Okay, well, Yoshi is asking me when we're going to send over the tour t-shirts. So, yeah, after we came back from the tour, mid-tour, we have some merchandise that I'm wearing. So, shameless plug. But it's, it's done by great Paul Abadia. You can put it together yourself, but, there's 7 instruments, 7 letters. It spells something that you're familiar with. So, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of inventory, not in a bad way, that you can pick up if you like. It's on Shing02.com, SHING02.com. So if you're interested, pick up a shirt there. Tony Cordova or Cordova? VA, Cordova. It's his birthday. Oh man. Well, you made it here. That's all that matters. Happy birthday. Around the sun.
This question is directed to the drummer. It
Okay.
should be me.
Well, I'll read it. Which one? Wait, which one is it? Oh, Daehan. What is the largest drum set you've ever played on?
Okay, so to answer your question, I like really, really small drum sets. If I had the option to play a drum set that was like this big, like about twice the size of a steering wheel, I totally would. But the largest drum set I've ever played, it's kind of a boring answer, is just a 5-piece. I traditionally like to play like a typical jazz setup. 1 rack tom, 1 floor tom, 1 ride cymbal, a snare, and a hi-hat, and a kick drum. And also, it's okay that you forgot my name. It's spelled D-A-E, and it's pronounced day, like daytime.
Yeah, all day. I mean, Daehan is a great solo artist as well. I mean, not even a solo artist. He leads his own band, the Daehan Ensemble. So whatever you can check out. And then he also has a record that he just put out called Blue that I'm also featured on. So check that out.
Here's a question from Kirby4545. How did you know Jeff the Beatbox Prince?
Man, so this is the time I was living in Southern California. I was tucked away in a city called Covina. Everyone knows West Covina, where it is. It's like 30 minutes east from downtown LA. So it's really not that bad of a commute, you know. I've always been that guy. I'm always in the cut, you know. Like I never lived in San Francisco City. I was always in the East Bay, South Bay. So when I moved to LA, I was just looking to get my own spot and also my own unit, right? That's separate from any kind of like main house, even if I were to rent a room. So I just kind of ended up finding this unique situation in Covina where I had my own unit. You know, I think long time ago it used to be a horse stable or something like that, but it was just like a stuccoed one, you know, studio, you know, with a kitchen and bathroom. So I was fixing it up and all that. So anyway, I was tucked in a city called Covina, and then me and my friend, I think Cave was my DJ at the time. We did a show at Citrus College, which happened to be like down the street from where I was. And those kids that contacted me had no idea that I was living in Covina. So it was just kind of a coincidence, you know, if you will, that I went over there and did rock the show, and it was awesome. And then it was only after the fact that Jeff's girlfriend contacted me and said, hey, you know, like we came to your show at Citrus College, and so we basically lived down the street from you guys. And then Jeff was bedridden at the time already, you know, with thyroid or throat cancer. So that's basically how I met him. And yeah, it was kind of unfortunate that by the time I met him, he was already bedridden, you know. And I'm sure there's a YouTube out there still, you know, of us going over to his bedside and performing, a couple of tunes for him. So yeah, he was an awesome, talented beatboxer. Rest in peace.
Here's another question by Distortional Addict. Got any fun memories of Nujabes?
Did I answer that already? Like, you know, mind you, like whenever I do interviews, I try my darn best not to repeat myself. You know, I try to pull out some anecdote that has never been heard before. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me try. Nujabes. What have I never shared about him? Gosh. I might have said once before, but I just remember that one time I went over to his studio in Shibuya. He was living in one of the mansions, and then this is back when we were using the Apple G3 tower. Like, I don't know if any of y'all remember. It was one of those big power. I don't remember what they were called back then, power PCs, or it was a G3 desktop computer, right? But back it was like one of the mirror walls. So this is like early 2000s, right? And those were obviously back then one of the more powerful stations, right? So he was using it as a as a main PC to record, right? So, but one of the drawbacks of that machine was the fan was so loud, you know, like extremely loud. I know it because I own one too, and I had to like mod it or get it like a more quiet fan or whatever, right? But so when I went over to the house, and I think we're recording. Which song was it? Gosh, could have been If I Alone. No, that's not true. I forgot, but it was one of the songs that I was recording with him back then, right? But the fan was so loud, I just told him like, hey, like you need to do something about that fan, because also I'm just somebody who would just like, be honest about something, right? Like no feelings attached, just dropping information. I was like, hey, you need to do something about the fan. Just getting into the microphone, right? So I think the next time, right, I went over to his apartment, he had one of those like noise enclosures. It looks like a fridge basically, right? You put it in there and it's like all sealed in. I bet that thing was expensive, right? And then I just remember that when he showed me, like, oh, hey, check this out. I got this enclosure. So in my head, I'm like, damn, he could have just replaced the fan, but he has an expensive enclosure to put the whole computer in. I'm like, oh, cool. And then he did not like the answer that I was like, oh, cool. Like he wanted to impress me or something. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't impressed enough by the new enclosure that he had gotten. So I think he was very annoyed by the fact that I wasn't like, oh my god, wow, you gotta, you found a solution to that problem that I was complaining about. So I don't know if that made any kind of sense to you, but that's just one of the episodes that I remember. The kind of interaction that we had. He was just a very particular guy. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Um, by Juan Jesus.
Uh huh.
When are you coming to Mexico?
Bro, like that's another place besides Europe and uh, Australia, Mexico. I mean, anywhere for that matter. But Mexico, I do get a lot. I've never really been to Mexico. I'm gonna be honest, and because when I was in high school, like my parents took me to Chichen Itza and stuff, and that was just a short trip. And I've never been to like Mexico City or Oaxaca or something like that. I've never even been to like Tijuana for that matter. So I would love to come to Mexico and perform. So please make it happen. I would definitely use whatever resource I have to reach out. Whatever we got to do. So hopefully see you soon.
This is a question about Hawaii.
Okay.
By Adrian Temps, and also the same question was asked by first name, last name.
Okay.
What are the best live music spots in Hawaii?
I mean, honestly, it really depends on what you go for, right? There are many different small venues to bar venues to like proper live venues. Like for our kind of music, like the most famous one is Republic. That's got probably the loudest sound system, and all the major acts come through there. My personal favorite that we play every year is Hawaiian Brian's. They actually have a really, really good sound system. And shout out to Lee and the whole family there. They treat us like family, you know what I mean? So we're very loyal to that spot. And Hawaiian Brands is awesome for any kind of live music, live band, reggae bands. I've seen a lot of good shows there too. So besides that, there's always the Blue Note. There's always all the smaller venues. Chinatown, Dragon Upstairs. You got Next Door. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, all the small venues are tight too. Yeah.
And while I look for this next question,
Man, these questions keep coming, don't they?
yeah,
I'm
it's
pleasantly surprised.
it's going on and on. But I'll just kind of elaborate on the music scene here
Yeah.
in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I'm not from Hawaii. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Maryland. I grew up right outside of Washington D.C. But the music here in Hawaii it's unlike anything else in the world. There's definitely a huge reggae scene out here, but that's one of the things that's easier to find. But you can also find that there's really good jazz. There's also a really dedicated and devoted hip hop scene out here. Shout out to Naveed, Pauhana Sessions, Rod Labrador, Scott
Otoro.
Jaco.
Yeah.
And there's a big
Omega
singer.
6, Castle Park.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. There's a big singer-songwriter scene out here too.
Nick Kurosawa.
Nick Kurosawa.
Yeah.
My wife
Mhm.
Amanda Frazier and the Keepers. There's just a plethora of music.
Marianne Ito.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, list goes on and on and on. Yep.
And the questions keep rolling in. This one's by Maceo. He asked the question like 4 times.
Okay.
Any advice for young artists?
Gosh, I mean, my advice really, for example, like Lana Lane, we host Powwow School of Music every year, and I interact with so many jaw-dropping talent, that are still in their teens, mind you, right? 16, 17, 18, just so good. But, I guess the only thing that separates younger people from older people, and this is so blatant, but it's really the experience, and the experience, by that I mean, the experience is really trial and error. There's a lot of failures, and I personally believe that you learn a lot more from your failures than you do with your success, or whatever you thought was success. That is that confirms your path, which is awesome. That's encouragement. But you will definitely learn more from your failures, especially early on, So my advice, I guess, would be don't be afraid to fail. If anything, you know what I mean? Like, just get out there and fail so that you learn quicker. If you're so conservative to showcase your talent, or if you're so conservative to work with someone, you'll never learn. So just try and keep trying and never stop. And that applies for me. I never thought I was like the best at anything. And you know what? Like it never even crossed my mind to like whether I should keep going or not. I just do it because I like it. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take a break from some of the questions and just do a few shout outs to the viewers who were giving us really nice compliments. Christina Braceno, she says, can't wait till you come back to LA. I'm paraphrasing, but she said it was one of the best shows that she's ever seen at the Fonda Theater.
Mm-hmm.
Another one is, my phone is being really slow. Sorry, now my phone is acting up.
Do you have anything, Will? Bring them on.
Oh, thank you for anyone who purchased my album, streamed it, or even bought it from me at one of our shows. It features Shing02.
Dude, I still got to give you the footage we filmed in New York.
We did some filming, yeah, while
Yeah.
we were in New York. Oh, Will's got jokes. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but seriously,
But I still gotta give you the footage.
yeah,
Yeah.
There,
Yeah, yeah.
Will's-
Will's gonna switch to his setup.
yeah, in a moment.
But we can keep answering questions as long as we don't die of dehydration. Let's do it. Any pertinent questions?
From Distortional Addict, much love from Austin. From Hero Conquest, I love
Oh, there you go.
Shing02.
There you go.
From Anitude X, I just want to say you guys give us the best concert. Please come to Vancouver, BC.
I would love to come back to Vancouver. I've done one show there though. That must have been like 7-8 years ago now though. Yeah, would love to rock Vancouver again.
This is from Orion Song. You have a huge support team here in San Diego. Thank you, Shing02, for your philosophical lyrics. All you guys inspire me. Shout out
Yeah.
to Orion Song, a very talented artist as well.
Word up. Yep.
Here's a question from It's Nick.
Mhm.
It's spelled It's N1CK.
Okay.
Would you do Lovesick Part 1? Would you do the Lovesick Part 1 remix live?
There are few remixes though. I can't say which one, or I don't know which one that you're referring to. There's a remix that was put out in the back of the 12-inch, which I've never even attempted to do live. There's a Modal Soul remix that Nujaba has put out later as part of a compilation that I actually don't mind at all. But you know what? Like as far as the instrumental goes, like arguably I like part 1 the best out of all 6 just because it's the first one, you know? It's the first one that I ever did with him. So it's always got a special place in my heart.
This one's from Kuro Crow. Was it weird to play in front of a virtual crowd?
I mean, of course, it's definitely different, you know, and yeah, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, we've done stuff like this before. I've definitely done live streaming before, so you just gotta pretend as if there are a lot of people there, and in a way, there is. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Today was kind of like put together by ourselves and DIY, and you know, it's not like we have a full band or whatnot, but it was fun. And especially it's different if we're going off a track and not having a DJ. You know what I'm saying? So it's one thing if we don't have the track and have a full band, and we got obviously a lot more talent to pull from. You know, like either doing arrangements or doing segues or doing solos. So you know, as you can see, it was a little bit DIY today, but you know, it is what it is. What we got?
All right, I'm gonna switch over. I've been reading comments off of YouTube. I'm gonna switch over to Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we did like panels and stuff like that with Sub. Yeah, and you know, he's just such a smart, prolific guy. He does workshops for up and coming businesses. He's on a whole nother level when it comes to Q&As. He gives life Q&As and business Q&As. You know, it's not just trivia. You know what I mean? But of course, you know, if there's a forum for it, I'm always down. I mean, look at how long we've been talking after the show today, you know. So if you guys want some information in that regard, I'm always down. You know what I mean? So okay, just to set the record straight, you know, like I mean, yeah, lo-fi to me, it really, I'm not dissing anything. Disclaimer: lo-fi to me really doesn't mean much in terms of musically what it is, right? I think lo-fi points more to the culture of people coming together in certain forms to enjoy the combination of visuals and music, and that's what it is. It's more of an appreciation culture than so much it is a participation culture, such as a real genre like hip hop. You know, lo-fi is a subcategory that appreciates both anime and hip hop equally, and is very uh, it's a very important movement. It's a massive movement. You know what I mean? Like Will Smith just put out a lo-fi uh, playlist. Did you see that, Will?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, with
Yeah.
his version of Study Girl, and it's a worldwide phenomenon. You know, I have nothing but love for it. You know, but musically, like I said, it's hip hop, it's creative, and the word itself doesn't really mean anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still, you know, it's a certain style. I understand, but me coming more from a '90s brain, it just sounds like any other hip hop to me. And but I do, like I said, don't get me wrong. I understand that appreciation part, and I also appreciate the fact that somehow Samurai Champloo and Nujabes and also in some parts myself had something to do with that movement. And I'm pretty certain that if it weren't for that movement, we wouldn't have as much exposure, and you know, we wouldn't have as big of an audience that we have now. So lo-fi has been the bridge from, you know, what we call, you know, the golden era hip hop to the indie hip hop scene to the kids that are listening to hip hop through YouTube and Spotify now. Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of questions about would you be willing to collab with, you know, such and such. I see M-Flow, which is
Mhm.
a personal favorite of mine. Tsuchi, DJ Shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to speak to how you feel about collabing? And
I
stuff?
mean, like I said, collabing, I'm always down, but realistically, I end up collaborating with the people that I run with. You know what I mean? So I'm always available. You know, if the right opportunity presents itself. You know, like I've never worked with M-Flow as a group, but I've done songs with Verbal. You know, you can look it up, and that's before Dextreme passed away. Rest in peace as well. But yeah. And Tsuchi, I don't think I've ever really conversed with him personally, but of course we come from the same era, you know, mad respect. And DJ Shadow, I would love to work with Shadow. I mean, I know him, he knows me, you know, from the Bay Area days, but we've never really talked about collaborating on that level. So someday, I would love that.
Laura Becker asks, "Are you a vegetarian?"
You know, that's funny. Like maybe last 3-4 months, I've definitely cut out a lot of meat as the main ingredient. You know, I haven't been that picky. I've, you know, so I'm not. I'm a very loose vegetarian right now. But I definitely decreased my meat consumption or my dependence on it. I still eat fish, eggs every now and then. Yep.
Nice.
But I feel that, you know, you get less of a crash when your digestive system isn't spending so much time chewing on meat and breaking down the fat, you know. So I mean, I don't know if you've seen the Game Changer documentary, but you don't really need to see that documentary to be taught that animal fat isn't the best for your blood, you know. And I think having like a dirty blood will basically cause most of the modern diseases around, you know. So it's kind of important to know that so that you don't saturate your blood with sugar and fat. You know, those are basically man-made concentrated you know, foods. It's not very natural. So just watch out for that.
How do you see yourself? How do you see your music evolving over the next 20 years?
20. Like honestly, I take it year by year, you know. I got albums on deck. When it comes to hip hop, I still love the boom bap sound. I don't necessarily venture off into, you know, software synths and trap as much as the next person. So, and I love organic sounds. I love working with live musicians. So, we'll see. I really have no idea. I mean, like I said earlier, my motto's really been like I just don't think about it. I don't ever think about quitting or stopping. I just keep making. Yeah.
Do you play Animal Crossing?
I do not have the time to play video games. And that's one of the things I've probably made a conscious decision about a long time ago. I don't own a video console. I pretty much don't have any kind of gaming on my phone. I just do not have time for it. I'm sorry. I appreciate it though. But is that like an old game? Is it is it an old game that made a comeback or what is
just
it?
a few days ago, they released a new version on the Nintendo Switch, so it's popular.
It's a
very
Switch
popular
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see all these like new things that they keep coming out with,
Yeah.
I don't ever own them.
Right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So I'm never on it like that.
Ooh, this is a good one. Somebody asked you what your top 5 MCs were. That's Leo Chan. Dylon, right?
Who is Dylon?
Dave Chappelle skit.
Oh. I mean, I watched most of his skits, but I definitely missed that reference. But gosh, like I said, there's too many to name is really my short answer, you know? And like I said, if I were to default to my superstars growing up, it'll be like Freestyle Fellowship. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to name groups now. Freestyle Fellowship, Hieroglyphics, Hobo Junction, Farside, Living Legends. How's that?
Nice. That's a good answer.
So every rapper out of those groups, they're all awesome.
Do you keep in touch with Uyama Hiroto?
I do. But the whole thing is, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but he's a busy man. You know, he's got this job, and he can never come out to international tours. So we have done shows in Japan together, and he's just a great guy. I always dream of the time that he can come out and rock a crowd stateside. I know how much they would appreciate it. You know, so we'll look forward to that day. But yeah, I talk to him all the time on Instagram and stuff.
Sarah Wang is impressed by your command of the English and Japanese language.
Uh-huh.
She would like to know what language is your inner monologue in?
It's neither, I would say. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like even with Japanese or English, I have a hard time like verbalizing sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's neither.
Veronica just wanted you to know that everybody loves you.
Thank you. Okay, what time is it right now?
It's 4:03. Maybe
Okay. How about 10 more minutes?
10 more minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
4:15, we're going to cut it. And what? We started at 2, right?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. It says, "Hey, Will, do you play other instruments?" I do play other instruments. I also play ukulele.
And sings.
I sing. I'm a singer. I play guitar. I play piano terribly. I play drums like a 3-year-old. You know, to varying degrees. But yes, thank you for your question. Rommel.
And Dehan is a great keyboard player, too.
Yeah, Dehan kills the keys.
Hold on, I need to get some water. I'm going to die.
All right. Day, this question is for you. Day, what is your favorite snare? Your snare sounds fat and crispy on set. I mean, that's mostly due to the amazing audio engineer, but
Yes, I will give you that, Will. The sound in here is really crispy. But who was that? That was Jacob Benavides.
yeah.
To answer your question, I like really crispy, high-pitched, almost like jungle-sounding snare drums. I don't really like that low, fat snare sound. I mean, sometimes it's necessary, but
So like Black Beauty, you know, maybe it's deeper stuff.
yeah, I like the really high-pitched frequency, really crispy, kind of like piccolo-ish snare drums, but with a little bit more of a whole sound than just piccolo. But that's a cool question.
Favorite foods. What's everybody's favorite foods? Mine's is this is Will, by the way. Sushi and ramen.
Anything Korean food.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I like Mexican food. I'm not gonna lie. But you know what? Since I've been on the healthier tip, I really don't mind any genre really that's hearty.
Yo,
Well,
you ever breakdance? You,
is that one of the questions?
yeah, yeah.
You know,
This has been a few
I'm I'm not gonna embarrass myself and say that I have, but like for a couple of years I studied capoeira, which is kind of like related to b-boying in a way, and my teacher uh, was actually a b-boy. So he did 90s and stuff, and he just showed us how to do all sorts of moves. So I definitely appreciate b-boying and also all the b-girls out there, and that's why we bring them up on stage, whenever you can, and they get their shine on. And yeah, it's awesome, man. I just have such tremendous respect for them, and I really should train more. Shout out to Hijack out here, most def.
So Ye Lee has been wanting to know like some of your highs and lows in your career, in your journey, but that might be a long answer. We should do another one of these. Maybe focus on your career next time.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, an Shing02 introspective.
I mean, highs and lows, like it just comes, like the word lull, lull, like lull. It's like highs and lulls for me, like when you're waiting for a wave, lull means it's just quiet. It almost seems like nothing is happening, right? So when you're in a creative, when you're on a creative path, sometimes when nothing is happening or nothing seems to be happening, it's really becomes stagnant for you. You start to lose the steam and the motivation to finish something, right? Like when you're on a high and you got a deadline and you're pumping stuff out, it's kind of easy to kind of be in that you know what I'm saying, like in that creative pace, so to speak, or you having a metabolism. But so that's really the challenge for me. I also have a song that I wrote early this year, like to get in the mode, right, which is work mode, is you have to get in the mood, right? So it's you really have to like trick yourself to get in the mood, like, oh, I'm gonna listen to music now, or I'm gonna like write something, and then eventually you get into that mode, and then hopefully you get into that zone where no one can take you out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Orion or Orion Song Lewis says Starbright is one of his favorite tunes, and he thinks it's underrated. He would definitely buy a hard copy of that.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it actually came out on a CD on a uber obscure children's book in Japan. But yeah, it might be nice to put out a wax or something. Yeah, I'll hit him up.
There's a lot of people have been asking this. Don Vinny Rivera asked who made all the drawings and the designs on the new Jabez albums.
Yeah, so that's my friend Shu. He spells it SYU, and his nickname was Mad Funky. So Shu, actually, in terms of Lovesick, he only did part 2. And no, part 2 and part 3 Shu did, SYU. And he also did a host of other ones for New Jabez, like I believe Lady Brown and some other ones. But, I basically brought him into the fold. Like when I was looking for a cover to do Lovesick part 2, yeah? Because like part 1, it was just like a photo that I took in Yakushima, one of my trips, and I kind of like threw it together, like really hip hop style, So when Lovesick Part 2 came around and we finished the music and it was like very mellow and had that whole mood to it, I really wanted like an art piece done for that music, you know what I mean? And it was that time when I just came across Shu. Like I think his youngest sister had contacted me like out the blue, like, hey, like my older brother just got busted doing graph and he's really down and out. He needs some motivation or something like that, right? It was pretty random. So I was like, oh, just tell him to hit me up. And then I ended up like meeting him and he showed me his portfolio. and I ended up saying, "Hey, why don't you just do art for this music I just did?" And that was that. You know what I mean? And the rest is history. So and then he kind of went on to do all of the artwork for Nujabes after that, and then part 5, 6 on um, like all the stuff that you see for Uyama, that's Mr. Fujita, and he's very prolific. So yeah, definitely check out his work too.
Somebody asked what's next for Shing02 and the Chihus. Also, some people asking where can they follow us and stuff. I mean, I'll address us, I guess. The Chihus, we all play for a lot of different bands in Hawaii and New York, and we travel around a lot. We don't have a band presence online. I guess we should probably change that, huh, Day?
I mean, the fact of the matter is, just as Will said, we're all session musicians and great ones at that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if you go to my Instagram feed, there's a couple of posts that everyone's tagged at. So you're definitely more than welcome to follow us that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you now. If you follow me, I will follow you back.
You
That's
would?
just how I roll.
Really?
Follow everyone back. Follow me.
Really?
Will Tafolo Music. Do it.
Will Tafolo.
Yeah. Tafolo. That's Will with one L.
Not FOLLOW.
No. Well, Will Tafolo. Yeah.
Okay,
Dehan,
let's take 3 more questions and we out. And thank you for hanging out with us. This is incredible. We thought it was gonna be like 5 minutes and out, but it's been like over an hour talking to you guys. So I appreciate that for sure. And I guess the last plug, the reason we have the banner at the bottom of the screen, that we bothered to do that, because not that many people, but so many people had asked, like, hey, where can we donate if we want to for the show? So that's basically the information that you need. So obviously we're rocking this for free. No problem. We'll always do it for free whenever the opportunity is there. But if you want to support us, through our music or what have you, you can always follow us or, chip in and buy some merch and get something in return. Okay, 3 more.
Can you all plug the Instagrams?
No.
No. I mean, they should be tagged. We should be tagged in one of Shingo's posts.
Yeah. So, I mean, look up Shing02, SHING 02 on Instagram, and then you'll definitely see posters where all of our faces are on there from the tour. We're all meticulously tagged on there. So you can find me through there, or any one of our band members. 2 more? Dehan, anything? How about 1 each from you guys?
Just a lot of thank yous.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Guys.
Yeah.
Also, will this be up on YouTube? I'm pretty sure this will be published.
I mean, who knows if you're gonna keep it up there forever?
Exactly. We're not sure what we're.
Yeah,
gonna do
like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of like doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it's really the spur of the moment thing that inspires me the most. So
I mean, it'll be up for a sec.
yeah. I mean, we're in no rush to scrap it, but yeah.
Yes, Romel, you may get a high five. High five.
Okay, let's just do 1 each of a real question, then we'll call it a day. Anything that I can answer for you guys now?
From Veronica Mona Clark, will you play a show on her birthday? It's August 14th.
That's not a real question. That's a very arbitrary question. So hopefully, you have a good birthday, but who knows what August brings at this point.
Yeah, I'm trying to filter some of the questions. What's up, Taemin?
Taemin.
Would you?
Hey,
This is a
man.
question from Taemin. It's kind of a. It's an alright question. Would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
One horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses?
Yes.
Bro, man. But horse-sized though, that's huge. I don't know. That's a hard one, Tamin, because like duck-sized horse is one thing, but 100 of them, 100 of them, you know, like I think after you beat up like 5 of these guys, you start to feel bad too, right? You know what I mean? You start kicking like tiny duck-sized horses, which is like cute horses, basically, right? Yeah, that's a mean question. That's my answer. That's a mean question. That's a mean question, Tamin. You're kicked out. I'm gonna call Peter on you.
All right. Well, Mira Nelson said that we should go drink water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, last question, Will, and then we're gonna call it a day. Thank you so much. Again, shout out Spin Master A1 for the background music.
This question, this will be the last question.
Okay, last
And
question.
I think this is a good question because everybody's trying to kill time. Nicholas Conchola says, "What are you doing to pass the time right now?"
Do you really want me to go there?
It depends. Now I'm weirded out. Now I don't know what your answer is going to be.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Like ever since we came back from tour, I've been studying about this virus non-stop because you know why? Like every person for his or herself, really. But I thought it was a big obligation of mine to really like learn about what is going on. So I have read everything there is to read about this virus and the disease that it causes from an academic perspective. I I know everything, you know, that there is to know right now. You know, everything from how it's similar to SARS and how it, you know, influences your blood pressure basically, you know, through the particular enzymes that are being activated and all the peptides that are created from your liver and kidney, you know. So it's a very complicated system that you're dealing with, and whatever population that's being susceptible to it, you know, these are very particular things that we know already. So, you know, again, shout out to everyone who's fighting this systems and logistical catastrophe that's happening around the world that's causing, you know, everyone to be in a lockdown. So I don't know. I have been reading a lot from many angles, and I am definitely weary, and I feel for all of my friends, you know, who have lost jobs or who are in jeopardy of losing jobs, who have their own businesses. They really have no idea what is happening. So these are very dark times, but you never know. It might take a month or two and everything might go back to normal, but it'll never be the same. I tell you that much. You know, a lot of new rules are going to be instituted, possibly a lot of new obstacles are going to be instituted if you want to be a social worker, educator, traveler, performer, you know. Who knows what the new rules and what they like to call the new normal now, yeah? So not coming from like all the way crazy conspiracy side, you know what I'm saying? But you have to really keep your eyes open and see what the new world is going to look like, you know, even in a matter of month or two. So these are very incredible things that are happening right in front of our eyes. So, you know, one of the reasons that we're doing streaming and Q&A like this really is to, you know, possibly give you a different perspective on what is going on in the world. You know what I mean? Like we're all at home, quote, passing time and social distancing. I said it, you know, during my live show that there has to be a social resistance someday soon, and not just to the regulations and the ordinances, but we have to resist in terms of being idle and not knowing what to do, right? There are a lot of things that we can learn. And my last thing I want to say is that, this whole paradigm has been around the government institutions and the medicinal science, but there's a whole universe out here, of holistic science that have worked for millions of years. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we are the cure. When they say there's no cure, we are the cure. So we really have to invest in that situation. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it is a very worrisome situation in terms of like medicinal science, but we are the cure. So and I'm not just saying that because our live audience is mostly young people that who are probably well protected in this situation. You know what I mean? But we still have to educate ourselves and protect ourselves. And it's really unfortunate that we're kind of stuck in a situation where we have to choose between the lives of the jeopardized and then the livelihoods of many who are, trying to stay independent and creative. It's really, I'm not blaming anyone. It's just unfortunate that we have to choose between those two, and we're like pressuring each other over it, So I just hope that soon, we'll have like a better perspective on what is going on, so that we can keep pursuing our dreams and support each other. So thank you. On that note, it made a very serious turn real quick there, but I mean, that is hip hop to me. Information is out there, but only knowledge is power, and knowledge comes from your own experiences and investigations. So I definitely encourage you to, what I'm saying, like, share knowledge with each other, and keep the conversation going. Don't just like stay at home and do nothing. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, well that said, again, thank you so much to my brothers out there, the entire Chihu's band, Dehan on the drums, Will Tafolo on the bass and the mixing board today, for giving us the broadcast. Big up to all the platforms. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
and we promise we will go drink water, and we are going to pack up and sanitize as much as possible. So, thanks.
yes, brought to you by Will Tafolo.
Peace.
Good peace.